Okay, y'all, good morning, good morning. It's Saturday morning, and I tell you, man, I made a mistake over here at my aunt's house. And I should have listened to the little man in my head. When I first got over there, my uncle said that I could, you know, that the stuff that was on the side yard there, that I could just put it in the woods on the other side of that fence. Now, as a contractor, I knew that was not their property, right? I knew that. But he insisted. He said, man, you know, just set it right outside the fence, man. Nobody ever, I mean, the property, you can't build nothing there or anything. So, you know, so I got the tree that fell from their side, not my aunt's side, but from the big landowner's side, and got a big pine tree, well, two of them off the fence, and y'all probably saw that in the first videos I did over there. And that's when my uncle came out there and said, just throw it over there, man. And you know, I'm over there, I'm not making no money, I'm just trying to help out, but I let that cloud my judgment. I knew better. I knew better. So I took the big pine tree that fell from the landowner's side to my aunt's side and fell across in this landowner's fence. It's, y'all saw it. It's not much of a fence. So, you know, I did that. And I just piled the stuff up, you know, on the other side. So then my uncle says, you can just take some of that debris, you know, that I was building up out there on my aunt's property, and just spread it around back there. And I'm like, okay. So I did that. Well, the landowner came over yesterday and came up to me and says, you're gonna have to move all this stuff. So he was not mad or anything. He just said, you can't dump on my property like that. And you know, I'm like, well, okay, you know, what can I say? You know, he's right. I mean, there's nothing I can say. So, but it's how you turn a negative into a positive. So and this is a big landowner. He owns, and this is the man. I mean, he owns the property. He owns over 800 acres. So, that's a lot of land in my area, a lot. And anyway, 400 of it is right there. And then he's got another 300 somewhere, you know, down the road, and then another 100, and then his family's got another 1,000 or whatever, I don't know. But when he told me who he was, when he pulled up, well, what he did is he parked on the corner of that pasture in a pickup truck, and he walked to where I was at. And when he told me who he was, I knew who he was. I knew the name. So, note to self, don't take debris. And it was nothing that's, you know, not biodegradable or anything. Anything that I took over there, I took about 12 grapple bucket loads of stuff over there and kind of spread it around, and then I hit it with my brush cutter. But it did disturb the ground a lot. Now, if we were in the damn, you know, going into the winter, like September, October, and the leaves were still falling, then it probably would never even been noticed. But he noticed it. And I would never in a million years would have thought that anybody would even be back there, because it's way away from anything, and you just about got to go through a lot on that street to get to that piece of property, unless you're coming from the piece of property. So anyway, you can't build there or anything, and I thought that it was some kind of easement there, because you can kind of see through where like where Georgia Power would clear a roadway, if you will. And so I was just putting this stuff right on the other side of the roadway. Now, I wasn't thinking anything about it. But then when I started getting, you know, when I put that sweet gum tree back there, the one I took down yesterday, I cut it in about 6 pieces, and I just stacked it up nice and neat right on the other side of the fence. And I was coming back through the fence. I was kind of thinking, man, this is a pretty good bit of debris back here, and it's not gonna, you know, the weather and the leaves are not gonna hide it. So I hope I don't get in trouble for this. And yeah, but my uncle told me it wouldn't be a big deal. But I ain't seen no point in, you know, I mean, either way, the results was going to be the same no matter what I told him. So I just told the owner, the landowner, I say, you know, as me and him were walking back there, I looked at him, I said, dude, you're right, man. You know, it is. Sometimes you just, when you do wrong things, and I do wrong things, this was wrong. And, you know, and it comes on the heels of me crying about my little burnt front yard. And there I am, you know, going on somebody else's property, and though it's woods and, you know, it's a tangled mess, it's still their land, right? And it's not land for me to be able to put trees and stuff on. The only tree that was really, 2 trees that was justified to put on there were the ones that fell from his side through the fence. So I'm bringing the brush cutter back over there with me because I'm going to need it to help me. Because I put a lot of debris back there, and some of it I hid pretty good, but I'm going to have to get all the big stuff. And me and him walked through there, and he said, I need you to get this back over there, get this back over there, get this back over there. He said, you probably got about an hour worth of work back here just to get stuff back over the fence, and then I want you to fix the fence. That's what he told me. I'm like, I'll get everything back. I said, but I don't know how to fix the fence, so there's no post there or nothing. How are you going to fix the fence? And then he starts looking at the post and all, and he kind of let that go. But I told him, I said, I got some barbed wire, you know, over in my storage unit. I'll grab, and, you know, I got a roll of, at least I think it's still over there. I'm going to go see right now. I got to cut a lock off over here too. So yeah, I'm going to get fuel, fill the skid steer up. But yesterday I planned on it being my last day over at my aunt's, and here I am, y'all. I said, here I am. And your boy ain't liking it too much, but that's what you have to do, man, you know. And I knew, man, I knew I shouldn't have done that, dude. I knew it. I knew it was gonna come back and bite me. Things always come back and bite you when you're doing a free job. So anyway, I'm gonna go do that. I'll probably get some footage of me coming, you know, I'll just set the camera up somewhere. It's gonna be just a one-task thing. I did a few things yesterday I did not get video of. Y'all saw me grind those stumps. Well, I ground one stump, and then I ground another one by the driveway. But I actually broke a stump grinding tooth. So I'm not gonna be able to, I'm gonna have to either take that pocket off or something, but I need to get over here and get this done because he said I'm coming back by here Monday and I want all this cleaned up. That's what the owner told me. And I'm like, okay. But me and the owner talked, the landowner over there talked for a little while, and he wasn't mad. He was just matter of fact, like, you gotta take it back, man. You know, he said, I'm not gonna make a big deal out of it, but I don't want this back here. And I'm like, okay. I'm gonna go on. I was gonna clean up the mess that I made anyway. I gotta do that no matter what. Rather the guy cussed me out, I would still do it. Because I know that I was wrong for doing that. I can't really say it any other way. And I'm gonna chalk it up to experience and chalk it up to, well, don't do it again. That kind of thing. Okay, y'all. So I'm back over here, and my aunt's property line is right down through here. This is the line. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some of this debris that I dumped over the fence. See, I shouldn't have done that, man. I'm going to have to get all that, and I'm probably just going to go out there, pick that up, and just put it right on this side of the fence. Not a big deal for that little bit. The biggest thing is, well, you get hung on everything. And yeah, so I'm basically gonna use this side right here, you know, all that right there I'm gonna leave like it is. But I'm gonna have to make a pile somewhere, and it's gonna be a pretty big pile. So probably all along in here. It's not gonna be a pile that you're gonna be able to burn without a machine. And I'm not gonna be burning, because if I burn today, then I'll be over here for the next 3 days burning. You gotta watch everything. So with that being said, I'm gonna set you guys up over here somewhere, and all I'm gonna do is just go outside this fence right here and in and out grabbing what I dumped over there. So now, like I was saying, he wanted me to fix the fence back. Well, the fence was on the ground like this already. Maybe not quite as flat, but there was 2 huge pine trees like this one laying on it from the other side. Y'all can see where I cut those pine trees up and just pushed them up in there. But he wants me to replace this piece of fence. And I'm like, how are you gonna do that? The poles are rotten. So I told him what I would do is, I got some barbed wire, and I'll run barbed wire from this pine tree right here to that pine tree right there and just wrap it. I got 300 foot of barbed wire with me. So I was hoping my uncle would be here. He would have, you know, some U-nails and stuff, but I'll just wrap it around there, man. I mean, I'm not going to replace that piece of fence right there. It was already on the ground. It was already busted up, and look at it. It's all up through there. It's busted all up. Come on, man. But I got to get to it, y'all. It's just going to be and I tell you, if it wasn't making a bigger mess, I want to remove more trees just so I can bring bigger, wider stuff through. So, but right here where the machine is, that's where a pile's going to be. It's going to be a mountain too. Yeah. So let me set y'all up somewhere where y'all not going to be in my way. And yeah. Okay, y'all, so the landowner that owns all this land back here, the one that I was talking about this morning, I just got done talking to him, and come to find out, he knows everybody I know, and I mean, for me to, well, at the end of the day, man, you know, right's right and wrong's wrong, and I was wrong for doing that. But there's no excuse. I fixed it, and that's the pile right there. Of course, this one pile now, I made it into a one big pile. But when the owner came over here, you never know, I might get some work out of him. He asked me if I don't mind going down through here and cutting just these saplings outside the fence, because he wants to replace this whole piece of fencing. Now, and I'm like, sure, man, no problem, you know, least I could do, right? But while I was doing that, I noticed this motor, the piston power motor, is moving. This thing is moving. So I think I'm just gonna get my chainsaw, because of course get my chainsaw and go down through here and just cut them, because I don't want to work on this thing out here in the field. There's a few things with it. I mean, all this stuff that I got, all the equipment that I got, there's always something going on with stuff. And with this right here, there's a few things I need to address, but it's going to cost me some money. I need to replace the bolts that are holding the blades on. They're wearing down. I'll probably have to cut them off. And then I'm gonna get the puck bolt, the one big one instead of these 3 little ones. What else? Of course, y'all know about the man lift yesterday, but go figure. As soon as I want to show the dude what I can do, because he's got a lot of land, and you never know, I might get a lot of work out of him. You just never know. But I can't really make this shine with that attachment doing that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get my I'm gonna put that back on the trailer. I'm gonna grab the grapple, put it back on, and yeah. When I get down to the truck, I'm getting hungry though. When I get down to the truck, I'll see if I got what it takes to. But I want to look at everything, man. When I take the cover off and everything, I want to look at everything. I don't want to just look at why it's moving. I want to know why it's moving. But I'm just gonna get the grapple and come through here and just get some of this stuff off the fence. But right now, I'm more concerned about the machine, but I also want to make sure that I do what I said I was going to do for the gentleman that that owns all this land here. And we talked for about 40 minutes. Yeah, his whole family, his family's owned this land for generations. So, and that's typically what you get around here. If somebody owns a bunch of land, and there ain't no new landowners coming down from New York and buying a bunch of land. Okay, y'all. So that's a wrap over at my aunt's house, man. The landowner I mentioned in the video, well, early, on camera, I think. The landowner from behind there, he came by. I cleaned up everything that I told him I would, and then I even did a little bit of brush cutting back there. Y'all saw, but I got a problem. I got to go over some of my equipment, man. The brush cutter, I got to tighten those bolts down because I saw it moving. Like I said in the video. So we'll get home and look at that. It's 4 o'clock. I'm hungry. I'm gonna get something to eat and go sit on the couch for about an hour. Put all my get all my equipment up in the shop. Tomorrow I'm gonna go look at a couple jobs in the neighborhood, and yeah. Okay, guys. So I'm in the shop. And I'm fixing to look at this, at the green teeth. I'm gonna look at them. This one broke off or fell out or something, so I can't use the grinder. You don't want to use it like that because you'll break it, and then the pocket costs even that. That's called a pocket. So I want to see what size hex this is too. I wish they'd give you that when you come. You're changing the teeth out are going to be ugly on the other side. Yeah, this is going to be it right here. Nope. I think it's a 5/8, so see that? That was easy, man. So they got this little washer bushing, whatever you want to call it, right there. So, yeah. Let me wipe this thing down. So y'all can see what it is right here. I'm fixing to get the, yeah, they're the 900s. So this is the same ones that my guy down the street uses. But if you look at it, as you're, grinding the stump, you got the one on, obviously, the way the pockets are on here, you got one that's coming out, one that's going straight, and then you got another one that's coming out. And I don't remember how many different, I think there's 3 different, well, I don't know why I say 3. But these are the green teeth pockets, and what one of them, of course, if one of them all the way on the outside hits the stump first. This is my theory, and I got a disclaimer. It hits the stump first, so this side right here would be the most worn, right? On this side. But y'all see all the stumps that I have done, right? I want to make sure y'all have seen all the stumps that I have done since I got this machine. I want y'all to look. That thing ain't even thought about being wore out or anything, man. That is really something. You can barely tell the wear on it, and y'all see the stumps that I've done. The wear is right. I'm trying to make it where I can see it, where y'all can see it, where we can see it. The wear is right there. You can see where it's a little bit rounded on the edge. So what green teeth, and why I like their teeth so much more than any other teeth, is you see this triangle right here? So you got three spins. So this is how I go down. So you got it on there, right? And you see it's locked in one position. So you loosen it up, and then you can turn it to the next position. And then you loosen it up, and then you can turn it to the, just pop in, watch, see? Pull it out just a little bit, get it over that spacer, and then you just start spinning. And once you see it's like that, you just spin until it pops up. And then it's locked in place. So each one of these teeth has 3 edges. So, and I guarantee you with my stump grinder, I guarantee you I have probably made $4,000 or $5,000 with it. I guarantee it, because I've done quite a few stumps. So like what I was telling y'all today, I didn't even wash this thing off or nothing, man. I just brought it in. I'm going to go and take this cover off and all of that. And I'm going to show y'all, this thing is moving. The motor's moving. That's all I know. So, the one bolt right there backed out. See it? And look, it's not a good thing. See, that's why I stopped using it. It looks like it's done dropped a couple bolts. And I put that industrial Loctite on there too. When I've tightened them up before. So that's something I'm going to have to really watch. I mean, there's only 4 in it. The slot in the front, there's no hole, and the slot in the back, there's no hole. They're all 4 on the sides. I'm missing 2 bolts. I think, let me make sure. Yeah. So This one right here is the one I'm missing right here. Dude. That's ugly, man. Ain't nothing I can do about that tonight, though. So I'm gonna have to get the right bolts. As long as it didn't shear it off, so it just backed out. I mean, and see, stuff like that happens all the time on this equipment. The vibration and all. I mean, it was running like a beast, but it's not a good sign when it moves. And I saw that, so nothing I can do about that, but except for get the bolt, and I can go. I can go to Home Depot or somewhere tomorrow and buy the bolts. I'm so glad I saw that, man. But just think if this thing torques, and you know how heavy that drum is on the bottom of this thing. I want to say it's like 480 pounds or something like that. It's real heavy. It's like that thick. Yeah, it might even weigh more than that. So what's it going to be is what you got to ask yourself. Because that's a lot of torque, man. It'll twist this whole thing off. I mean, the damn hoses and everything will get snatched out, rip. So, but you know, it's the kind of thing that you have to do when you're self-employed, man. This is the kind of thing that you have to do. So, I'm just grateful that I can, and I'm grateful that I saw it. And so I got this issue. Okay, I need to get 2 bolts done. This I need to get the hex fitting that goes into the slot there. Whatever that is, that's what I need, one of them. And of course I need another tooth. But I'm going to order me some teeth. They got some aftermarket teeth too. I wonder if the aftermarket teeth are anything like the aftermarket lawnmower belts. Huh? Because these teeth right here, well, I mean, I can't cry about how much these teeth cost. I don't even know what one single tooth would cost for the name brand green teeth, just like the ones that's on here right that you're looking at. I want to say probably around $26, I think. Something like that. A whole set of these is $600, $650 and some change. So for every one of these. But anyway, that's that on the Piston Power XC8. Y'all see the bolts backed out, so I'm gonna get some I'm gonna get some kind of sealant to go on those threads where they won't back out no more. Well, I'll probably stop by Napa and see what they got. But tomorrow's Sunday. I got 2 jobs in the neighborhood to go look at, and after that, yeah, I'll be getting ready to go do one of them tomorrow. I mean Monday. So that's all I got today, y'all. It's been a good day. I didn't make a whole lot of money, but I'm good. Deuces.